All right, we've got more for you today.
If
believe
you wanted
it or not.
a little bit of impulsive, you could just do the part where Mike talks about snitches. Because that's classic. Ooh, nice pants.
Look at that.
Nice leg.
You want to see a little impulsion
I
real
have
quick?
way more than that, but this is a short one if you want to.
Yeah, you don't want to be riffing with Griffin. That's it. Yeah, you got it. Okay, this is Big Mike. And Big Mike is Big Mike, right, Fox? London Roads, bucket of pee. How much you know about yourself if you've never been in a bucket of pee? He copies every line from Fight Club, but changes it from, how much you know about yourself if you've never been in a porn? We have the exact same briefcase. Big Mike is on a tear, man, and we haven't covered him in a while. He thinks he's safe. Everyone's attacking him. He's big. He's in the hot seat now. Ethan Klein went after him. We showed you a bit of that. This is big. People are starting to turn on Big Mike. Finally, in Impulsive's comment section on their last 2 episodes, go back 2 episodes, start looking around. People are anti-Biggie. And that's what I started calling him, Biggie.
Yes.
Because he's obsessed with Biggie. Big Mike lifts from Twitter. This is what Big Mike does. Every day he goes on Twitter and he decides what the majority thinks. And usually this majority basically aligns up with just whatever Adam22 said that day. Big Mike, before he gives his opinion, he collects everybody else's opinion. And then he gives an opinion that slants to that majority, and he always comes out a big winner. Okay? But people are starting to turn on the heroin Connecticut bandito. We've been through some tremendous ups and downs with Mike. It's time for another down.
He is
down,
on a
down.
tear lately.
I'm gonna bring you down. Can we get that as a drop?
What's that from?
I don't know. It's Mike's gonna bring you down.
Mike's
I'm gonna bring you down.
Down. I'm gonna bring you down.
Okay, it's not a real song, but here we go. Big Mike. Oh, really?
We're making it.
Oh, thought you found it. Wouldn't that be incredible if every song that I came up with was out there? Here it is. Big Mike explains culture. We're going to go to 2130.
Put these 2 little kittens
and
in a
Big Mike is going to tell us all what we already know about 6969 Kakashi.
These guys are they hate talking shit about anyone, but they're obsessed with talking shit about 6ix9ine.
So a little bit about Logan. In the past, I said, I think Logan's growing up. He's turning... Nope, boy, was I wrong. He pulled the wool over all of our eyes. He's evil. Logan Paul is evil. He is not grown up or matured. Basically, what he's done is him and his team, they wrote out the year. Not rode out the year. Wrote out the year. WROTE. They planned. They sat back. They observed. They go, what do people want? What do the mainstream want? I will be that person. And Logan Paul makes sure every time he's in front of the camera, he's the person you want him to be. But I have reason to believe, and I'll show you further evidence of this throughout my time. I have reason to believe this is the most actorious front we've ever been displayed. This is the biggest feat of actory that we've ever seen. I always say there's no way people can act that well. If they're doing a bit, if they're trolling, they'd have to be a great actor. Well, I just forgot about this. Logan is a fine actor. Have you seen The Thinning? Oh, really, dude?
It's incredible.
Have you seen The Thinning?
He laughs, he cries.
He actually is a good enough actor to trick us day in and day out, and it really isn't that hard if you go, hey, he's only here on his podcast, which is edited. They take out any part that makes him look bad, and he's only also on his YouTube, and they take out any part that makes him look bad, and he knows just what to say to you. We're facing one of the most corrupt acts of fakery we've seen on the internet. Nobody has done it better. Logan Paul has figured it out. So while I was even sucked into this, thinking he's changing and getting better, absolutely not, folks. Be very concerned and cautious around him. It's a full lie. It's a pageant. It's a show. He's worse than Jake.
And I didn't put it in light news because I'm sure everyone heard about it. But remember, Jake got
Corona
the FBI thing.
Oh, the FBI.
So
there's just so much going. We can't start, but you got to hear this. This is from Impulsive. Mike getting mad about 6ix9ine. Now they're against 6ix9ine because they want young Jake to take over for 6ix9ine, which is about to happen. Jake Paul is emulating the life of Tacony 6'2" so that he could take over his. They go, yeah, Tekashi's day is done. It's the day of Jake Paul. And it's going to happen, too. Okay? Because it doesn't take much to beat out one of these fake, stupid, bullshit rap artists. All you have to do is make a couple songs and then kill yourself. And you're good. Like XXX Dum De Doan, who no one liked until he died. And then they pretended he was great. He stinks. And if I had a shovel, I would dig up his grave to show you how much he physically stinks. Listen to this.
The promo code Logan to claim when signing up. Remember, at MyBookie, the terms are simple. You bet, you win, they pay.
Bet DSI.
Nice job on the ad read.
Appreciate it.
Nice job on the ad rate, so I'm clocking in.
This is just a classic Big Mike clip because it's been so long since we've seen him.
And believe me, just because you guys took a break from Big Mike doesn't mean we did.
We've seen every minute.
Whenever
of
I
his
do
life.
this, do the sentence
Okay,
with.
wait, can we practice?
And just because you guys took a big break from Big Mike doesn't mean we did. So anytime I do this, just start talking.
Got it.
Got it? It's funny. So he's gotten worse. He's back. I'm going to put out some special clips about him once I get a new haircut. Listen to this.
I like my bookie. You know why? We got the same initials.
MB.
Yeah.
Macklin Bilski.
That's me.
I got something to talk about.
Me too.
And
But you go first.
No, you go first.
I got
You're
beef.
first.
Your
I
son's-
got beef.
Mine's beef related too.
Yeah, let's start flipping patties, huh?
All right,
Mike, you
ready
start.
for this? 6ix9ine released a new song yesterday, and the internet called it a slight blaze. I wouldn't call it a fucking wildfire like it normally is when he posts, because I think that his clout is starting to.
We also got to show him Big Mike at the clubhouse.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So one of the coolest things about these on-air talents, these cameraman exploiters, is that we usually only get to see them under their terms. Now, what's so interesting about this YouTube generation is sometimes you'll find a vlog from, some guy 8 degrees separated from Big Mike, but Big Mike's over at their house. And that's exactly what we did. We found this vlog from the Clubhouse, which is a whores content creator TikTok
You don't need to know.
shithole. But Big Mike is at this party, but it's not his camera. So we see a slightly different Big Mike being filmed. We're going to show you that coming up after this. You're going to see the real workings of a Biggie.
trickle off.
I called this.
Yeah.
I called this. People are going to stop giving a fuck. Like, we get it. We get it. You're the dude.
You're the
snitched,
dude.
And then somehow got out of jail and got rainbow hair and
Loud.
loud. You make the occasional banger, and it's like your music.
I bet you wouldn't say that to his face. I love how these guys are anti-talking shit, except every day when they talk shit about somebody who, you know what I mean?
You're allowed to talk shit about.
I say the same thing about Big Mike, and this guy is just, oh man, he needs to be wiped out. You guys do the same thing to people that you're not connected to. You see how this works?
somewhat
Remember when
listenable too. It makes,
Ethan, he just said, because if we're talking about Lana for 5 minutes, nothing bad
Yeah.
about her. He said they were spewing hatred.
Yeah. So this is them. They're a lot. And I hope 6ix9ine comes with some of his friends to your house. And, we'll just act like the house is both ours. And 6ix9ine just, you don't mind if I invite a few hundred friends over, do you, Logan? And pushes him aside. It turns into the weird science party. There's a rocket coming through the floor. Aunt and uncle frozen in a cabinet.
He wouldn't
somehow
say a
got out of
thing.
jail and got rainbow hair and
Loud.
loud. You make the occasional banger, and it's like your music's somewhat listenable too, and makes Tatianas want to shake their ass. We get it.
Tatianas.
I said this. I think in 6 months to a year, people are gonna be scrolling by his Instagram posts a little faster.
Yeah, bro, they're gonna be scrolling by. Yo, you might know me from a role that I did this weekend with Shia LaBeouf called
The tax collector.
The Tax Collector. Yes, I'm a character out of Training Day, dog. You know me. People go, where are you from, Havana? I said, no, dog, I'm not from Havana. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. This is how we talk there. Yes, you don't understand. Yes, you will be wiped off my Instagram feed. It's just a matter of time. Don't mess with me. I got the big gun.
Why does he?
Why does he talk
I
like this?
always actually have forgotten that he talks like this, and then when we watch him in this setting, I remember how
Yo, dog.
insane it is.
Whenever he starts talking like this, means he's either lying, telling us a fib, or he's scared, or something's going on.
6 months to a year, people are gonna be scrolling by his
gonna be
Instagram posts a
scrolling
little
by.
faster.
Yeah.
That's how I pass money out to strippers, dog, like this. They'll be scrolling by.
You ride dirt bikes. You don't talk like this, okay?
I took a bike ride yesterday after he released Chochi. Yaya. What was this one? Punani. It's always something. It's always something like that.
Oh, it's okay.
And I want to know why. Why do I feel the way I do towards him? He's never hurt me in any way. He's never done anything to make me upset. And I know people thoroughly enjoy his music. There's a little pudgy little kid in his fucking cul-de-sac right now riding his bike around with 4 pegs on it that he's never going to grind anything. But he's riding around with 4 fucking pegs. And he's like, fucking, I'm mad. He mad. Big mad. You mad. And his mom's like, Jimmy, get in here, you fucking scumbag. It's time for dinner.
Shut up! All right, what does he do next? Does he say anything next here?
Yeah, you can keep playing
All
from
right,
here.
check this out.
That's happening. And who am I to fucking take that kid's happiness away? So I'm riding my bike in my loser ass biking outfit, which no one can take anything I say seriously in. Okay, what? No, it's a great outfit. I know that, but I just look like a weirdo in it. I'm thinking to myself, why am I so upset? Why do I have this guttural, just upset reaction to 6ix9ine? And everybody's always like, yo,
You're gonna love this.
yeah, he snitched. But hip hop ain't about the streets
Okay,
anymore.
so Big Mike now, he writes his
can't take
bits.
this.
And you could all tell when a bit is written, right? He writes out bits and then looks at his laptop and performs them for the show. And he makes Logan laugh like a jerky 14-year-old at a bat mitzvah. And you could tell when something's written, he's about to do a 6ix9ine bit. So just imagine that this is open mic stand-up. Listen to this.
Like, yo, yeah, he snitched. But hip hop ain't about the streets anymore. Hip hop ain't about doing gang shit no more. Not too long ago, though, it was. That is what hip hop is rooted in. Hip hop is rooted in the criminal life and in the fucking streets, bro. Okay.
Just like you.
And as someone who had every narcotics related decision in my life decided for me by Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, 50, Lloyd Banks.
50 even. You were into that stuff when 50. What did 50 get you to do?
Go ahead, switch your style up, and niggas hate and let them hate.
What did 50 inspire you to do? That was actually like 10 years after the whole crack movement in Jay-Z and Nas's rap world. What did 50 get you to do? Smash a guy with a bottle of Bub over his head? Did you do that? He was once arrested for having a dime bag in Connecticut. And now he's the same as Jay, Nas, 50. 50 was shot. He has 9 bullet holes in his body. You have 0. Your biggest hole is Big Dyke, your sister. Listen to this.
For me by Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, 50, Lloyd Banks,
Lloyd
Jada.
Banks. Lloyd Banks is from you net.
Tony,
Oh, sorry. Tony Yayo. Tony motherfucking Yayo. What did Lloyd Banks inspire you to do? That wasn't that long ago. Oh, maybe it was.
Oh, my stomach.
Lloyd Banks. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Lloyd Banks. Do you know who that is?
No, I
From G
don't.
Unit?
I'm sorry.
Get me a Lloyd Banks song.
What song?
Well, I don't know. Type in G Unit and see. Did they have an album out?
Let's see.
G Unit. I mean, they were a flash in the pan. You can't be quoting Lloyd. Oh, we're not going to find anything that anybody knows with that. But
Sounds familiar.
yeah. Lloyd Banks. Are you out of your mind?
Was he just like grasping for like any
Just
name that he could
any
think of?
drug dealing rap
Or did
artist.
he
You did
write
not
down
grow up
Lloyd
in
Banks?
Marcy Projects.
In the fucking streets, bro. Okay? And as someone who had every narcotics related decision in my life decided for me by Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, 50.
Biggie? How old was he in 93? When was Biggie's last song? Notorious B.I.G. Most people hear Notorious, they think of this MMA fighter, right? The Notorious Conor McGregor. The Notorious B.I.G. This was his last song ever. And this was recorded in 1994.
Fuck all you hoes. Get a grip, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is what
This album is
inspired Big
dedicated
Mike.
To all the teachers that told me I never amount.
Are you crazy? Let's hear what he says next.
It gets better, don't worry.
Michael!
Lloyd Banks, Jada,
Jada.
all the way up to, I even got respect for Shmurda and all these dudes that are saying, Shine, dude.
What?
I realized yesterday that the reason I have F's on my rap sheet and the reason why I had to go in front of a judge in the first place was because of snitches.
Snitches did you in Connecticut? This is insane. Sir, he didn't turn in his homework. Right here. He didn't turn in his grades. That's about it. You were not snitched out. You were not in the streets. People in the streets don't start befriending Logan Paul at their beanbag company.
Rap sheet, and the reason why I had to go in front of a judge in the first place was because of snitches. All of my arrests were because of snitches. And in my old line of work, at first snitches ended up in ditches. Then it turned into snitches get stitches. But now snitches get bitches? What the fuck?
Oh, really, dude?
Snitches get bitches? And that got Logan Paul laughing like a Jewish hyena.
My God.
Listen to this pre-written little bit.
All of my arrests were because of snitches. And in my old line of work, at first snitches ended up in ditches. Then it turned into snitches get stitches. But now snitches get bitches?
Oh, really, dude?
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. That's tremendously shitty and gay. Ethan, Gila, and me, we're gonna terrorize your family. We're gonna bite you and your ankle, and you'll have a disease. Me and Ethan and Gila, Ethan and Jules. Kick Jules out. She's a fucking fool. She's from Germany. She's got blonde hair. She's not for me. I want Etha. I want Healing. We are the Jews. We're rats. We're bats. We bite people. We bite people on their little ankles. They don't even know. They get a little mosquito bite. They scratch it. They get infected. Now they're part of our troop. Temple, give me those funds. Temple, no guns. We are Jewish and we've got calculators. We are Jewish and we hate Jewish haters. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so this is what's going on here with the, what? Sorry that I kicked you out.
I really wanted to be part of that group.
Okay. So this is back to Big Mike. Do I keep playing it here?
I think he says at least one more egregious thing.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. Sorry, sometimes I spaz the fuck out, Jay style.
what the fuck happened? What happened? Like, yo, this motherfucker has deemed it cool to be a snitch. Okay, so once again, no problem with his music, no problem with his fans, no problem with his rise to fame, no jealousy, no problem with his clout. I love it. Biggest thing on YouTube. Get your money, boy.
Ew.
But where is the culture right now? Meek
Oh,
Mill.
the culture.
Meek Mill. You were supposed to fire back at this motherfucker.
Listen
You're
to
from
this.
Talking to Meek Mill as if he know who you
Wait
are.
till you hear what he says to him
Meek
next.
Meek Mill. One of N's biggest mistakes. Listen to this shit.
right now. Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Mill. You were supposed to fire back at this motherfucker. You're from the streets. You're from Philly. The whole fucking city fucks with you, bro. Why have you not done anything? Where are the street dudes? Why is the culture just deemed this okay? That's my only question. I just want to know, why is a white kid from Connecticut giving culture lessons right now?
You're gonna hate this answer.
He's giving us culture lessons.
No, he's giving Meek Mill culture
Meek Mill, sit down, Meek. You must listen,
Out
Meek.
of all of hip hop, Big Mike
Meek
is the
Mill.
only one who
Really?
gets the culture.
Isn't that something? Now, I gotta say this. It's just so weird. We've got this culture, if you will, that is against snitches, which I find really weird, especially in woke culture. I mean, we're being canceled for everything, right? You know, you make one bad sneeze, you're canceled. Why during cancel culture does everyone love or hate? Wait. Why during cancel culture would everyone love a snitch? So this is so weird. You've got people so mucked up from Tupac videos from when they were kids that they go, man, listen, every trans person should be the president. Every gay person should be given $200,000 a year. Black people and snitches are actually the worst. We must kill them and they should be murdered because people shouldn't be ratting on criminal. Wait, this is so screwed up. I thought we hated people who break the rules. I thought we were all ratting on people constantly. I thought this was cancel culture time. The same people who want to cancel you for saying a bad word are the same people who are like, nah, man, you never snitch. Never snitch. Hey, but that guy like murdered a family and sold drugs and did all this bad stuff. Surely he should be in jail, right? If he was caught by the police fair and square, that's one thing. But if 6ix9ine snitched on him, now I'm in favor of the killer. Do you see? It's a really weird thing we're
just
doing.
don't understand
We're caught
the
in this weird thing.
streets, culture, or
Well,
Lloyd
because
Banks.
we were raised on rap music where they're all killers and gangsters, right? And that's cool, and pushing drugs is cool. But now we're in this time where everybody doing anything bad needs to be arrested. If you hit on a girl and she didn't allow you to hit on her, you need to get the chair. But if you snitch on somebody that killed a child, we hate the snitch. Still, that's what people think. So Big Mike, 2 weeks ago, Big Mike is like, anybody with a gun is terrible and they need to be arrested. I'm anti-gun. Anybody who is against, he's got all these very strict rules, but then if you snitch, he hates the snitch, but the snitch is following the rules just like you guys. Shouldn't you be pro-snitch if you're woke? Right? This is a screwed up thing. You should be pro-snitch as a white. So they still love, hey, murderers and drug pushers should be let loose, but people that harass women should be locked up.
It's the culture.
That's the culture.
From Connecticut. Giving culture lessons
You're gonna
right now.
You're gonna hate this answer. You're gonna hate it.
What is it?
It's because of the art. And I hate to even say that. And take
Shut
art
up,
with a grain of
Logan.
salt.
Really sick of him
But it's
lately.
because-
Yeah, when Logan comes to a conclusion that he thinks is going to blow everyone's mind, it only blows his and Jake's. Dude, I don't even want to say this. I think people might like him. Because he makes music. I know. It could be because they like his song. We seen it with Michael Jackson. And we're supposed to be like, oh my God, that's it. Yes, Logan, the most basic of thought.
Because of the art. Do you know how hard it is for people to celebrate a person from their art?
Celebrate a person?
Separate. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
We're so stupid. Okay, do we jump ahead? 20,
That
23?
is it for that part.
Okay, where do I go now?
If you want more Big Mike stuff, I have a lot more.
Of course, give me a biggie.
Okay, next let's do.
Biggie, can't
Okay,
you
well,
see?
after this, they had an episode with a guy named George Janko.
We're switching.
Yes, that's it for this episode.
Switching apps. Hey, let's kill Michael Epps.
He's already dead, I thought.
No, you're thinking of the swimmer, Michael Phelps. Let's see what happens here. Where am I
I
going?
pulled
Here?
it up to the top.
Oh, George Janko. Now we can't get into George Janko.
I know this
today,
one is complex,
but you must meet my biggest enemy that I've ever had. I will introduce you to him soon. This is a taste. His name is George Janko. He's everything that you don't want a person to be. I don't think I hate anyone more at this moment than George Janko. And if it couldn't be, I don't have time to explain you him today, but you're going to see him today. You're going to hear him. He is a YouTuber. He's about 5'6". He's Logan Paul's best friend. He is a complete piece of shit. And he, just like Big Mike, all the other dumb YouTubers think he's smart because he has an opinion past, yo, dude, I think 6ix9ine is art. Like, he's one step above that, so they're like, he's really brilliant. Oh, my God, really? He's the worst. Here we go. This is Impulsive with George.
So you can forgive everybody.
Oh. We're going to start at 5 minutes. First, I got to take another leak. I know.
Do it.
Do it. Do I have another song for people? Let me play a song real quick for some people, and then we'll do some more. Mikey Angst. All right, coming at you 46 seconds long, Jules, so pick another song. We'll be right back on Red Bar. We'll only be a minute. All right, Red Bar coming back.
It's not a big deal, it's nothing but some edge. Let's go.
To me, cheese, we just dial up. If niggas hating, let them hate. And what's the money can? Let the pile up.
Welcome back to Red Bar. You ready to meet George Janko? This guy is really repulsive on Impulsive. This is Logan's best friend. We're going to do a deep dive into him at another
You could honestly
time.
probably watch this entire episode.
By yourself at home.
Because, yes.
Yeah, you should.
There's so many good
This guy,
parts.
George Janko, he's a real problem. We're going to need to start really experimenting with him. So I'm going to show you some stuff here from Impulsive. This is Logan talking about, where should I start here? Some of these we don't need to do.
Yeah.
Tell
You
me
could
what-
skip. You could go to 1705.
1705, and what's happening here?
Just Big Mike giving us a lecture about what's appropriate.
All right, 1705. Here's Big Mike with George Janko, who will be introduced to you formally soon.
As opposed to coming up with actionable solutions to the problems is mind blowing. I mean, every bill is at an impasse or a stall, and nothing ever fucking moves.
Yeah, every
The
bill
parties
is at
don't
an
work
impasse.
together, and everybody just talks badly. And you go on the internet, and it's
Water?
nowadays it's almost acceptable to shit on the country. It's almost acceptable to.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at a post yesterday about the Beirut thing.
Yep.
Somebody posted, this didn't look like a firework. This looked like a nuke. And did they say that out of line? Yes, for sure. Ben Shapiro retweeted it and wrote LMAO. And I responded to Ben and I said,
Oh, you did.
even if what this person said was complete and utter stupidity, this ain't the caption. Like when I see Ben Shapiro, LMAO, a blast that killed hundreds of people and devastated thousands, LMAO is not the caption. And so I wrote that and I got a bunch of responses in the comments. You're being too sensitive. You're being a bitch. You're being too sensitive about this.
And so we're listening to him talk about
Not too long ago.
How he personally responded to Ben Weasel. What is his name?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. I always get that wrong. And did Ben acknowledge his tweet?
I don't
Mike's
think
talking
so.
about it as if this was...
I do not think so.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Was that what you wanted to hear there?
Did he say the part where he goes, LMAO?
Yeah. We heard that. That was very righteous.
That was it.
Not going to say self-righteous. It was just righteous. All right, where are we next?
You could probably skip ahead to 49:30.
Wow, 49:30.
I mean, there's a bunch of George Janko parts that I didn't really write down because I didn't know.
We'll do him next.
Okay.
We'll do him another time. This is George, by the way.
Now, This is Big Mike talking about his purpose on Earth, and then George Janko says something controversial that drives Mike and Logan nuts.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Nowhere in the Bible is it going to state you to be a bad person.
Okay. George Janko is if he couldn't be my enemy enough. Okay. And it's not because of his eyebrow weight. Okay, let's get that out of our systems. This isn't my eyebrow nemesis, although it could be. I would never let my brows get that out of control. You know. But George Janko is a heavy Bibleist. George Janko literally and figuratively believes in the Bible out of nowhere. And he follows the Bible at all costs, and he lectures his friends now about the Bible. So that's what we're getting into here.
Nowhere. So there is no way.
Cheers,
there's
everybody.
no reason for you to be so
Nice to see
disgusted
you.
by the Bible. There is no reason.
It's so just amazing to hear someone come on and talk at a normal talking rate with a normal level of passion through the topics we talked about before that. And then just to see him go into 6 fucking gear, bro, when they fall into the space that they're supposed to exist in.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about my own pursuits in life, because I have an area too which is motivational, which is motivating people.
I have an area too, which is sorry, I'm distracted by Logan's bucket hat. Him and Tana Mongo both wear the same bucket hat because these get you unlimited cheese fries at the movie theater. You just take the bucket up. Yep, just keep going. Yep, keep pumping. Don't worry, it's cheese proof. Yeah, keep going. Why are you wearing this bucket hat? Okay? Him and Tana. All right, listen to Mike. Mike has an area of expertise
Now,
in that.
basically, this entire podcast, George Janko has been talking about Jesus stuff, and every time he says something, Big Mike goes, "This is exactly like what I did with my life."
Exactly. Jesus was the man. What's that from? Jesus Walks. When
Pretty
he
much
goes,
not even a song to me anymore. Jesus was the man. How does it go? Kanye never has to perform that song again as long
Yeah,
as he lives.
we've heard it,
He's
Kanye.
filled the quota.
Hear ye, let me be clearly. Jesus was the man.
All right, listen to this. Big Mike's going to go into it here.
In life, because I have an area too which is motivational, which is motivating people out of dark places. The book did it, and when I talk in that space, I speak from the heart. Like, I can tell you're speaking from the heart.
Let's see what Mac thinks about this here, shall we? While Mike's saying this is Mac. Don't look too
book did it, and when I talk in that space, I speak from the heart. Like, I can tell you're speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
I love making people laugh.
He's a little sick of that shit, huh? And we got a Zoom, guys. We could see you. You thought these we couldn't see? Let's see what Logan thinks about Mike's little speech about motivation here. Do a little Zoom. Oh, it looks like Logan's giving himself a much-needed manicure.
Motivational, which is motivating people out of dark places. The book did it, and when I talk in that space, I speak from the heart. Like, I can.
Oh, yeah? Or does everyone think you don't? So these are his friends. Even George Janko, who I rarely side with, is looking at him like,
dude, you understand I don't give a fuck about any of this shit, right? Jesus was the man.
So that's what they look like when Big Mike speaks. Listen to this.
I can tell you're speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
I love making people laugh, but I don't think I was put here to make people laugh. I think I was put here to make people feel better about their day-to-day lives and get out of ruts.
I was put here to make people feel better about their day-to-day lives and get out of ruts. You haven't gotten me out of any ruts.
All you've done is make me feel worse.
And look at
Can I
this,
get a
man.
refund?
Now, to be fair, his eyebrows are always set at a New Year's raise. But look at that. Oh, you were put here to make people feel better? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was put here to make Master Choli. Sure, yeah. Okay. You do realize you're committing a cardinal sin. You know, these people,
Yo, dude, I was put here too to make people think I'm a boxer, dog, and a musician.
I mean, this is you. This is you. Like, you're never going to be as good as you are right there.
I say things that really make people's blood boil. Like, I'll say one right now, because if we're on the topic, and then hopefully God could guide me in the right way.
So George Janko is a blood boilist. He likes to throw things out there that are just,
dude, you know, me, Logan, and Big Mike, we say things that just rattled the country, dog. We're the country's deepest thinkers. We're in the country's cheapest hoodies.
Now, we're mostly showing this to show you why all their audience turned on them
Yes.
all of a sudden. It has to do with this part.
So listen to this. This is actually coming out of George Janko's mouth. And if somebody even said this, I'd go, get out. And they go, why, dog? You ain't brave enough to battle me intellectually, word for word? I'm not interested. You see this face? This is the face Michael Ray Bauer makes when he's trying to sell you a Hyundai. Shut up! Get out of here! You know, it's so funny listening to 20-year-old people. And by the way, Big Mike is 35. But I got over my 20s at a small restaurant chain called Ihop in 1998. I was over my 20s. If you didn't get out all your childish dreams at an IHOP or a Denny's in the late 90s or early 2000s, then I don't need to hear from you, because I did. Yep. As soon as 9 p.m. rolled around, I grabbed my friend's laptop, which did not have Wi-Fi, by the way. And we went to IHOP. Why? Because the back smoking section.
Smoking section.
Okay. Was basically my office. Oh, we could smoke in here for 35 cents for one coffee? Haha, I'll be here for 2 days. I'd set up shop with my best friend. We'd open laptops. We'd pretend to work while sucking down Marlboro menthols, eating chicken strips, drinking coffee, endless coffees. Why don't you bring the carafe? And then get out of my sight. And a couple hundred samplers, please. We're hungry. Ketchup and fried chicken strips. Give us all your samplers, all your platters. We'll take a mozzarella stick. We'll take an onion ring. And we'd sit there day after day on Adderall, not knowing that Adderall was conducting our thoughts. We'd take an Adderall at IHOP on our computers, on cigarettes, on coffee, on samplers, and we'd look at each other like this. We're the smartest two guys in the world. We know we're breaking through. We're breaking ground. Not knowing that everyone's gone through this stupid 20s breakthrough bullshit. Now, the only difference between me and Big Mike back then was that we didn't broadcast this fucking shit. But actually, we did on Redbar. And I'm so glad those shows are lost. Because guess what? We did broadcast our breakthroughs, just like all these other idiots broadcasting their breakthroughs now. But because we broadcasted those throughs, should you be doing it too? Or are you just copying the old man? So when I see a 20-year-old go through something that I went through 13 years ago, I yell, get over it. Because I'm over it.
Well, like you said, it would be one thing if it was just Logan, but Mike is the same age as you.
Does that make any sense?
So he doesn't get that pass.
So I broke ground in the 90s, but then people before me in the 80s broke ground, but I wasn't around for them. So then I broke their ground thinking it was new ground, and now they're breaking my old ground. So it won't be had. Your views on politics, religion, and life should have been settled 22 years ago, according to me. And if not, catch up! Or mustard.
Wave conversating, but like conversing, whatever. How you
I do that all the time.
No, that was it. That's a word. That was accurate.
Okay, people said completely understood, Mike. See, people get it, because you're all my age. If you're not my age, tune out. This is a show for people my age only. Wouldn't that be something?
Seems fair.
32 to 37-year-olds. My age. If you're not my age, get out of my grade. Then you're not part of my grade. This is a grade. This show is a grade. What grade are we in? I don't know. But if you're not my age, you're not in my grade. You're not in my grade. Get out of here. No one's in my... That's what I'm shouting at people during Corona, during their most confusing time of life. I'm going to people, you're not in my grade. Get out of my sight. The delivery drivers come, wait a minute, how old are you? I'm 46. You're not in my grade. You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't know that was coming today. She always... So much
You
unexpected
still
stuff.
get me.
It's not
What
like
a
I'm
delight.
saying this stuff. I don't rehearse this. Listen to this.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
I say that.
But this is how my life is right now. And mind you, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this. But hear me out. Don't clip me. Just hear me out.
Oh, yeah?
Please.
You're dead.
Because I know somebody needs to hear this. Some guy was going back and he's like, so you could forgive everybody. I go, absolutely, 100%. He goes, everybody.
Listen
and I
to
go,
this.
yes. And he goes, Hitler comes back to life. You have a chance to kill him right now. Do you kill him? I go, no. He goes, why? He's killed millions. What if he killed your mother? I go, no. I go, because here's the reason why. Hitler, at the end of the day, was such a powerful speaker.
Oh, my. And this is what I mean about people. You're not in my grade, are you? Our grade came up with this. We're done with this. Our grade did this 17 years ago. Hitler was a great speaker.
Oh, really, dude?
Have you ever heard it? Did you know that he gave a speech?
I've heard
The 20-year-olds are just getting this info now. This is revelating to them with their eyebrow. Oh, Hitler was a great... I'll fucking knock you out so fucking far. You'll go to the planets. You'll go to Saturn when I'm done. You know, I'm taking over. Harvey Weinstein was featured in an Entourage episode. Give me that episode of Entourage with Harvey Weinstein. They did a fake Harvey Weinstein. Entourage is the only show you should be watching during my break. My quarantine. If you didn't like Entourage, you were convinced by your peers that it was douchey. No, you missed out. True Blood and Entourage were the best shows of the 20th century. Now, they have an episode with Harvey Weinstein, a mock-up guy. They didn't edit this out. You know, they've taken Chris D'Elia out of Workaholics. Chris D'Elia shows up. Hey, I'm a pedophile. I want to smoke weed with you boys. Can I come in? And they wipe it off the fucking networks. But they forgot that in Entourage, season what? 5?
This was one of the later
Season
seasons.
6?
Yeah, we skipped ahead.
They
to watch
had a
this one.
Harvey Weinstein. You know, Ari in there, Ari Gold plays an executive. He's based after a guy named Ari Silver. And it's all based on real people in Hollywood. So they had a Harvey Weinstein guy. Do you want to see what he was like? This is the new me.
Harvey, right? Yeah. What I got is a book. It's an adaptation of a Chem Nunn novel. You know what? Tapping the Source.
Vodka splash cranberry.
I ordered tonic, kid.
No, you didn't. You ordered a cranberry.
Why would I order cranberry if I don't drink cranberry?
So this is the best scene. And I can tell you what's going on. Here's the fake Harvey Weinstein. Do you see him? Big fat fuck. He's playing Harvey. Here's Vince, the star. And by the way, here goes to show, you know, everyone looks cringe 11 years ago. Not Vince. Vince looks great.
Still.
Vince. So if you're hot, you never look cringe.
He's my type of guy.
Vince looks great. You know, if you wouldn't look at this guy and go, cringe, cringe. You look at E, on the other hand. Look at this fucking faggot. Cringe. You look at Harvey. He looks great. So Harvey, this is the best. And this is what I base my life off. This fake Harvey Weinstein character is in the club with E and Vinny. And he goes, the waiter comes up to him and he goes, here's your vodka cranberry. And he goes, I didn't know what a vodka cranberry. And he goes, yes, you did, sir. And he goes, oh, I did. So in all of my 56 years of living, and I never even tasted a fucking sip of cranberry, you're telling me that all of a sudden I ordered a vodka cranberry? I ordered a tonic, you fucking fuck. That's how I base my life. You can't tell me nothing. Listen to this. Here's the Harvey Weinstein. And this guy, Harvey actually fucking rules. We need to show him some respect. So what, he beat up a few Olivia mums? Who gives a fuck? Let's pound them more. Naomi Watts? I'll rip Naomi Watts apart.
He didn't even jizz on them. He jizzed into a plant.
I might join Hollywood so I could jizz on these people.
Harvey, right?
Yeah. What I got is a book. It's an adaptation of a Chem Nunn
This
novel.
is some kind of
You know
super
it?
Yeah, it's a super
Tonic
cut.
is
Watch
best
it.
cranberry.
I ordered tonic, kid.
No, you didn't. You ordered a cranberry.
Why would I order cranberry if I don't drink cranberry?
I don't know, but you did.
You believe this fucking guy?
You believe him?
I'll get you a tonic.
No.
No.
Don't get me tonic. Tell me I didn't order cranberry.
Oh,
Don't listen to a word this
they're
bum
cutting?
said. Fuck off, Herbie. Where the fuck are our salads? Hey,
This is me at a restaurant.
Bow.
You know, I'm watching this episode. I go, wait, me and Harvey Weinstein are identical in every fucking way.
You were meaner to that.
There's a whole
restaurant
scene
guy
where
on
he
the
goes,
phone.
where the fuck are our salads? And of course, the guy sitting across from him, like Jules, they don't care. I care. You know, the other day I was on Uber Eats. He was taking longer than he wanted. Ooh, did I almost rip through that fucking... Oh, sorry. What? Did I almost rip through that phone and grab his neck and rip his veins out? I ain't got patience for nothing anymore. You hear me? So here he is. This is how I act at a restaurant.
Hey, bow. Bow.
Ah! Watch.
How long we gotta wait for a lousy iceberg wedge? You slice the fucking thing, you put it on a plate, and you bring it over here.
See? And you know a guy's cool when he's trying to emphasize the last word he says is a scream. You understand? I do this a
You
lot.
really
like I'm
light
sitting
up.
here and I'm going, I need another drink. I need another drink. Play it now. And a lot of men can't do that. Screaming through life. Look at how upset he is. Yeah, this is exactly how I feel.
People are saying it looked 3D when you punched your mic out of frame.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. Watch this. This is how you're supposed. If you don't act like this, you're a fucking beta.
You slice the fucking thing, you put it on a plate, and you bring it over here. Anyway, E, what was I talking about? First time I came to Park City, just to give me an idea.
I don't remember this.
Sonia Braga.
I think this is
Alright, listen.
Not if they froze my balls in dry ice. Not if they stuck my dick in a lawnmower.
I'm gonna fucking tell
There
you.
you
Take it easy, sir. Don't tell me to take it easy. You know who the fuck I am? I was rolling my bones when you're sucking your mother.
See, but unlike him, I never say something that makes
well,
a fool.
now in this part, he sounds like Joey Diaz.
Exactly. So I never
Should've
go
held
that
back.
far. I always keep it cool to where it's like you end up respecting
Don't
me.
lose your temper
No,
at the guy.
of course not.
Sure, you little pricks. You let me call a press conference to announce I'm in business with you, and then you bail on me?
I know, and that was a big mistake, Harvey.
It's a mistake. That was some mistake.
He's about
Don't
to
you
blow.
ever make a mistake.
Yeah,
like
and
that
that's
with
another
me.
thing. Gesture with a knife. Anytime you're eating dinner with somebody, you grab that steak knife and go, oh, yeah? Always make people think they're about to die around you.
I
Hey,
think that
I
we
was
do need to
inspired.
have a kid because imagine having you as a dad, as a son. Fuck, are you okay? No, don't do it.
Shut up, Jules. So I am inspired. It only took me watching a series from 11 years ago to get really amped back up. Please watch Entourage. I'll buy the subscription for you, or AKA I'll give you J Rose's account numbers. How do you get in? Where do you watch this?
No, it's not J-Ro's HBO Max.
We should watch a couple episodes. Every time I watch an episode of Entourage, I also have a 3-hour Entourage dream where I'm with the cast and I'm part of their crew. So it's worth it. All right, what are we doing now? Are we done with this George Janko shit? Can we do something
whatever.
else? Let's do another one. Give him another segment here today. It's all up to you.
Oh, you should since we're going to skip over this, you should also know that Big Mike went to a conference this weekend where he gave a speech in an auditorium with hundreds
Yes.
and hundreds. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah, well,
part?
let's play that part. Pull it
Just
up.
that one only.
Impulsive George Janko.
No, it's the next one.
It's the next
But we
one.
can skip
Look
all
at
the other
this
stuff.
girl. Mike explains culture.
No, it's the other one.
Impulsive addresses hate.
But we're skipping
We
that
got a
part.
lot of stuff here. Okay.
I don't want to spit. I want to gulp.
I don't want to.
I want to gag. I want to choke.
God, that's loud. I don't want to spit. I want to gag and a choke.
But for the conference part, you can go to 4420.
4420. See Big Mike and Logan. Here's what you need to know. Every LA influencer. I'm sorry. That's not. Put it away. Every LA influencer and celebrity. So while you can't work, remember, you can't work, you can't go to your job. LA influencers said, no, We're going to our jobs. We don't give a fuck. And they all go out. They all party. They live their lives as normal. This is how I know Logan Paul's bad. On his show, when he's being videotaped, Logan Paul's like, dude, make sure you social distance and wear a mask. But make sure you buy a Maverick mask. Yo, yee. And then immediately when the camera cuts, he rips that mask off and they go partying at Tao. They're sharing chicken burritos and chicken samplers and Gucci miso. They don't give a fuck. And all influencers, all celebrities, all people on the left. The Last House on the Left. You thought that was a horror movie? That's a political movie, The Last House on the Left. Now, they all party. They don't care about Corona. We've seen Joe Rogan. The rich celebrities worked their whole life to have celebrity life status. They're not taking a month off. They're not wearing a mask to cover up their $1 million smile. How are they going to endorse brands with a mask? It's not plausible. So they lie, they cheat, and they go out. And they spread the virus, and then I get the virus while they make millions.
And Big Mike has just recently gone to Connecticut and Chicago. And
Big Mike has been on a national tour, and now wait till you hear Big Mike slip up. What
44-20.
44-20. I walk in waving the 4-4. It ain't to play games with you. It's to aim at you. And this is what Jay-Z says. He wants to aim a gun at you in his song. And people go, oh, yeah. Oh, what a great guy. He wants to aim a gun at you. All right, 44 minutes in. Imagine if I said that to people, I'm going to aim a gun at you. I'm sure that would get me far.
Your body just didn't have the rest.
I'm getting a good 8 to 9 hours now and loving it. And I'm hella productive from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. What you got?
Yo, I just found something now. Americans need sleep. Dog, I was only sleeping for 1.5 hours for like a year. Turns out you need 4. Did you know this? Dog. No. Did you know that sleep refreshes me? I don't know if it works for you, but for me, I get some sleep. I feel better.
Stop. We're going to watch more. Listen to this. Big Mike blows it here. Big Mike, we're under quarantine here. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Big Mike is going out. He's doing live concerts. Listen to this.
About fear a little bit. I traveled this weekend to Indianapolis, Indiana. Beautiful city, very clean, nice people. Shout out to anybody watching this from India.
He traveled to Indy. Hold on a second. Ah! They can't hear me, right? Ah! Oh my God. It's like an ether rag. I want to start ethering myself on the show. Hey guys, thanks for listening to he's back. Remember ether? Dr. Jordan Peterson secretly does ether. So again, the course of life is the course of man's will is you must protect your back. Michaela? Whoa!
Oh my God.
Dr. Jordan Peterson, everybody, on ether. I just realized something the other day. Dr. Jordan Peterson lives the life of those 1800s romantic writers. Who was that guy that, remember every writer used to be like, he's a great writer, but he's always doing ether and cocaine, but it wasn't even cocaine. But it's like they're always doing.
It was like the original version of cocaine.
Yeah.
Or like
he's doing poppy. He's doing ether.
Opium pods.
Opium. Dr. Jordan Peterson, why don't we understand this? He doesn't have any fucking autoimmune disorder. This is a man who is huffing ether. He's doing old school 1800s drug to get where he needs to get. He's doing the cowboy shit. Okay? And no wonder he's so fucked up. Ether rags.
He's actually doing quite well despite
morphine, ether, Edgar Allan Poe. All right, you're going to hear, oh, look at this guy. Yeah. Did it do it? Did he? No reflex. So what do we got here? Do I keep playing?
Oh, just keep playing. He's going to say the thing.
Listen to this shit.
Indianapolis.
Tonics.
Go Colts, I guess. No, I'll say go Pacers because
He was in
I have a team in football.
Indianapolis.
So
You ever seen a
Pacers.
show where the host mounts himself up like this? You ever seen anything like this?
You look natural in that position, I think. That's how Mike sits every time.
This
we're
is how
out
I
for
sit
dinner.
everywhere. I can't wait to grow a real hunchback.
He's
Oh,
on
am
the
I going to
edge
have
of his
my
seat.
grandpa had a hunchback? My grandpa looked like a fucking turtle that you wouldn't even want to pet its shell. It was so fucking formed. My grandpa was so. We actually got kind of matching grandpas. You showed me your grandpa,
Yeah.
and he had that big wide head, that big fucking fupa, and a hunchback, and they're just sitting there on the couch like a pile of shit. How do you un-grandpa? Does anyone? Hey, press 1 in the chat if you had a fat, rotund, round grandpa.
I wouldn't call it fat because it's not like
Not
a cushy
fat.
guy. It's like a
No.
hard ball is in the center of the man.
But okay, how about this? Press 1 if you had a round grandpa. Press 2 if you had a thin grandpa.
Perfect.
Because our grandpas weren't thin. We
No.
had round grandpas. What did you have? 1 for round, 2 for skinny old man. Let's see. We got a 1. We got a 1.
Oh,
2.
we got a 2.
We got a 2. We got a 1. We got a 1. Wow, a lot of people had these fat, old, round grandpas. I got to show you a picture of my grandpa. He's retarded looking.
Do you have one?
Well, no, I got to get some. I showed a picture of my grandpa to a kid. I was actually ashamed of my grandpa growing up.
What
Oh, yes. Oh, it was a big point of
Ashamed of your
insecurity.
grandpa?
Oh, yeah. My grandpa, I thought no one possibly has a grandpa this ugly. I really did. I was ashamed to show my friends. I showed a friend once my grandpa, and he goes, dude. He's like a turtle, dog. And they all laugh. He's like a turtle. I'll never forget. He's like a turtle. Dude's grandpa's like a fucking turtle, dog. And I go, oh, people's grandpa's not like that? I didn't know. My grandpa was a perfectly round snowman.
I'm looking for that picture of my grandpa.
And he looked just like your grandpa. Wait till I show you my grandpa. They look identical. So was your grandpa a round fuck or a skinny bastard? 1 for round, 2
It seems
for
pretty
skinny.
split at
It's
first.
pretty
There
even.
came in a lot of ones, but the twos.
There
started
are only
building
2
up.
grandpas out there.
Yeah.
The Greg Fitzsimmons skinny kind. And the round, my grandpa would sit like this.
Yes, mine did that exact
Well,
slap
you
in
want to
the
know
face.
why? We forget. You know, all your parents, they sit around and they go, when I was growing up, my grandpa was an abusive mess. He would beat me. He would hit me. He was the worst. And then all of a sudden, we're born, and your grandpa's like would you like money? Would you like Christmas presents? And you go, oh, yeah, grandpa's probably on 90 pills. He's probably on every opiate. He's on Percocet. He's on fucking everything. Morphine. No wonder our grandpas all of a sudden were so nice. You know, where were you during my dad's childhood? My dad grew up a grump because of you, but now you're so nice. You should have been taking those morphine pills when you were my dad's grandpa. Now you're my grandpa. I want to dig up my grandpa and bash his head in with a shovel.
I cannot find that grandpa pic I thought I had.
Don't show anyone your grandpa. My grandpa is such a fucking round toidle. I'm embarrassed to show him. If I turn into that, I will shoot my hunchback with guns. He had a hunch. If you meet a hunchback, just take him out to lunch, Jack. You know what that's from? The Critic. All right, here you go.
And for the week prior to going there, I was going there for this public speaking engagement. I was going to do a public speaking.
He was hired to public speak. So he's taking, what do they call them in the comedy world? What do they call them? Corporate gigs. Good one. Perfect timing. Get a tip. Get a tip for that. Let me get some cash. Pay it.
Pay up.
It's a tip for that. You get nothing. Corporate gigs. Mike has been taking corporate gigs to pay the bills. So he lies. This is what it means. He sends out memos to companies lying about his experience in his book sales. They hire him to speak to a crowd. Now, who the fuck is gathering in a crowd during my coronic time? Let's hear.
Going there, I was going there for this public speaking engagement. I was going to do a public speaking to a group of service providers. That's all I was told. I didn't know what kind of service they were providing. I was going to give this speech about my book, and I was going to get on stage before Jordan Belfort, and it was like this big thing with like.
Is it Belfort or Belford?
It's probably, I don't know.
Well, look it up. I want to know. He said Belfort. Belfort.
Right.
Well, let's see. This is the.
But then I remember Leo going Belfort.
Belfort.
In the movie.
I think it's Belford. We'll look it up. This is the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan.
We're going to get him on this pronunciation.
Well, I want to see. Let's see what we got here. Because either I'm lying or he's lying. Now, Wolf of Wall Street.
Jordan Belfort.
Belfort. Well, what's the spelling? What's the spelling?
It's Belfort.
There's a T?
Yeah.
There's a fucking T? It's Jordan Belfort. He's Jewish. There's no silent T. He's not from France.
It's not like a French name.
So he calls him Jordan Belfort. I knew he was wrong.
Going to give this speech about my book, and I was going to get on stage before Jordan Belfort, and it was like this big.
That's Belfort.
Crime.
Belfort, my sweet land of liberty, IBIC. And when your father dies, home of my children's fries, you'll call my VIT. It's an American song. Learn it or get the fuck out of my country. All right.
He's going to get on stage. He's opening up for Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Let's hear what he says.
I was going to give this speech about my book, and I was going to get on stage before Jordan Belfort, and it was like this big thing with like, hundreds and hundreds of people sitting in this auditorium for the entire week
Hundreds and hundreds of people sitting.
I had tremendous things.
Hundreds and hundreds of people sitting in an auditorium?
Oh, really, dude?
That's a great drop, right? You can't hate that drop, right? Now, what is more annoying? This one? Wait. What's the more annoying drop? Wait a minute here. What's more annoying? This?
You're a whiny little bitch.
Or this?
Oh, really, dude?
No, absolutely. This one is better. Like you're a whiny little bitch is always kind of shoehorned in.
Yeah.
But the oh, really, dude is just so natural. Gets the point across every time.
Jordan Belfort. That's spelled BELPHORGHE. And that's from Forum K. Yeah, it's a Swedish man. He's from the Appalachians.
Anxiety.
What show is that from?
So
there's a hit scene in Entourage where Vince goes to meet with the director of Queens Boulevard, and the producer of Queens Boulevard hates Vince. But Vince is perfect for the role because he's from Queens. They grew up a block from where Queens Boulevard takes place. So he meets with him at this restaurant, and E says to the guy, he goes, Vince was born to play this role. He grew up a block from Queens. Why? What do you think Vince is anyway? And he goes, I don't know. From the Appalachians? Which I thought was so good because I thought that too, watching this show with Vince. He does look eccentric. He does look like he's from Sweden or something, right? Like somewhere. Like, what's the Appalachians? I don't even know.
Appalachians, part of America where all like the poor people live, like Tommy NC 2010 type people.
To me, the Appalachians is like.
So you thought that was like a European.
Hold on a second here. I have no idea what the Appalachians
You're from America. Wait,
I
hope I'm right. Hold on one
I
second.
don't know what it is.
We could both
I thought
look
it was
really
by
dumb.
Greenland or something. You know, where people live by mountains. To me, Appalachian sounds like Mountatanton. I don't know, guys.
Appalachia is a cultural region in the eastern United States that stretches from the southern tier of New York State to northern Alabama and Georgia.
Okay, that's crazy. I'm thinking Appalachians is like where the people who made Swiss Miss chocolate drink are from. You know, like hot cocoa people. Ooh, they're from the Appalachians. They got like sheep's wool all over their fucking neck.
Hold on.
They're toothless rednecks. Man, I had no idea. Really?
But I honestly do kind of get what you're saying. Like, that does come to mind.
Yeah,
I
thought it would be like
is
sheep
there a place
herding.
in Sweden with like where the guy's wearing like a red
A
coat with like a
and there's
Santa
sheep,
wool
right?
on the
And you're
outside? But it's
so
got a
now the joke makes no
design.
sense. The Appalachians. What are the Appalachians? Pull it up. Pull up some footage. I want to see what this looks like. So it's like Todd Detter?
It's like where everyone's addicted to heroin and pills.
No.
Like I think of like people being addicted to heroin when I think of the Appalachians.
The Appalachians Mike means. Apple-Lations. Okay, they are hillbillies. Send it over. I'm sorry about all this, guys.
It's okay. We're learning together.
Thought I knew right from right and left from left. Turns out I know
the
nothing.
Swiss Alps, I guess.
Yeah,
is
the
what
Swiss
we're thinking
Alps
of.
is what I was talking about here. Mike is thinking the Alps.
Yeah, I can see how you
Appalachians, the Alps. Come on, what a rap.
So you
have
thought
people.
the Alps was just short for the Appalachians.
I've never heard. I didn't know what Appalachians were. To be honest with you, I've never.
Out of all the regions of the modern United States, perhaps none stand out so
mountains.
stark as the inhabitants of the rugged mountain country that previously served as the westernmost boundary of the British Empire.
Say it.
Often being portrayed as unflattering caricatures, which is...
No. This is not what I think of Vince from Entourage at all. I think of him as somebody kind of from another country.
Yeah, like French.
We're like a mountain Swiss. I don't know about Swiss. This is not it. Okay, let's move forward here. And we're going to, what were we doing here?
We were just playing the part where he tells us that he was at a auditorium.
Okay, so Big Mike breaking quarantine. He's out doing gigs for hundreds of people. And you go, I thought gigs for hundreds of people were closed. But no, the rich, the elite, the Appalachians are doing shows for hundreds of people. They don't care. So they must have gotten some memo that we didn't get. The celebrities, the rich, the elite, they're all living life like it normally would. I think they got some memo, right? Guys, this corona, we're just trying to fuck with the poor people to get a shake them up. Right?
It seems
that's what
case.
It's got to be, right, guys? That's why I got it. I'm an elite. So, Big Mike is giving a show to 200 people. And you're going, but I thought all venues with 200 people were shut down.
He says hundreds of people, so I'm going to assume it was 900.
Listen to this. This is really, there's a conspiracy here.
And get on stage before Jordan Belfort, and it was like this big thing with hundreds and hundreds of people sitting in this auditorium. And for the entire week beforehand.
So this is happening last week. Hundreds and hundreds of people in an auditorium to listen to him speak. A comedy club can't have more than 3 people in it right now.
Have you seen Kill Tony?
Have you tried to go to the Dairy Queen drive-thru? They make you park 6 spaces apart. This is what they're doing. Everything is 6s with these people. So even parking spaces, you got to be 6 apart. Did you know that? It's a law. But he's going and doing speeches for 300 people? Where? Where is this allowed?
And who would go to see Big Mike and Jordan Belfort?
Oh, Big Mike's performing. It's time to break quarantine. Ma, I'll call you back. Big Mike. Hey, Biggie. What men are watching you?
Like this big thing with hundreds and hundreds of people sitting in this auditorium. And for the entire week beforehand, I had tremendous anxiety. You guys, everybody who watches this show knows that I struggle with anxiety. I have, these bouts of panic, anxiety.
You struggle with pussyism? I'm going to gain
that made me jump out of my skin.
I need to gain a tremendous amount of weight, to a point where I'm intimidating now. You know what I mean? Because you just can't be a George Janko size. You got to be that Harvey Weinstein guy. He's Jewish, but he's giant, big fat fucking guy. So everybody bows.
So you're just going to get fat?
Not just fat. Huge. Oh, motherfucker. And bald.